Hi, Kelly here from Cochrane Toyota. We're located at 8 River Heights Drive, Cochrane, Alberta, and today I've got a 2020 Tacoma TRD off-road to show you. So I say this about a lot of different colors, but this Voodoo Blue has always been one of my favorites. Awesome looking color, and in the sun you can just see it pops. This is a vibrant color, and if you're going to do some customization to it, this is definitely the truck to do. Some black rims and maybe some decals and the Heritage grille up front will really make this truck pop. But overall, the 20 has got some upgrades on it. You'll notice a few things right from the get-go. The grille is a little bit different. They've gone more to a Heritage style grille on these guys. And then you'll notice right up front they've got a camera now right there underneath the radar cruise control. So that little camera, I'll show you what that does on the inside. This does have the radar cruise control inside of it, so it allows you to tuck into traffic without having to adjust your cruise control over and over. So if you're a commuter, that's an awesome touch. It does have the anti-collision lane trace assist camera right there. That's also looking for your automatic high beams as well. So nice little camera, and between the two of them you get a really nice safety feature set up in these guys. They've really upgraded the headlights in these guys. They do have that daytime running light LED strip right there. Looks really nice in the daytime. The TRD off-road comes with those really nice rims. I've always liked this version of the rim on the Tacoma, and then of course the big wheel flare on those guys as well. So nice option there. A couple things you'll notice with the Tacomas is they do have mud flaps right from factory. And then if I take a peek along the side, you're gonna see that orange peel along the bottom. That's a polymer base that they spray underneath before they paint the vehicle, so that it gives you a nice protection from rock chips and such and stuff like that. It also has the nice hard hit points, so the hard plastic on those heavy hit points, and you'll see it does have a 3M casing this whole piece. So this side is really set to make sure you're not going to get rock chips and chew that up, because that usually was a spot that would rust out in the old early 2000 ones. Again, mud flaps, and you're going to see some more of that guarding along the bottom piece there. So again, really nice. Before I get going, I'm going to show you the polymer box. It comes on the inside here. So this is the box of the truck. It's not a drop-in. It's just another one of those features that Toyota's doing to try and make sure they maximize the life of these guys. So in the back, you're going to have a locking tailgate right from factory. You're going to have your hitch and wiring. So this does have the 4-pin right there and the 7-pin as well. This has the easy access tailgate, so you just drop it and it automatically goes for you. On this side, you're going to have your power outlet right there, some storage space. And then if you notice on both sides, this little notch on this side and in the back, those are meant for a 2x6. You can stick a 2x6 right across, and if you need to have some storage, you can actually fit a sheet of plywood across the top on that ridge. It does have the bed cleats as well, so those you just gotta turn this little piece, you can slide it back and forth and really customize your tie down spots in this guy. So again, that polymer box is good in the winter, good in the summer. It is an awesome touch. You don't have to do a spray in or anything like that. Awesome vehicle. A couple things in the back I'll show you. With these guys, this is the premium, so this is the off-road top level one. So you're gonna get the leather in the rear here as well. So nice option there for you. A couple neat things with these guys is this does fold up. I'll do that off camera here, because again, it's not just a one-handed piece, but I'll fold this seat forward, fold those down, and it'll give you a nice thoroughfare all the way through. Give me a second. All right, so now that I got that down, you can see it's a nice flat surface all the way through with some storage behind as well. So again, lots and lots of options with this guy. That's a really nice feature that they've upgraded. So that flat surface in the back, those things tuck through. Awesome upgrade on this guy. So if I shut that up and start going through here, I'll show you a couple of the options that the 20 has upgraded as well. First off, you're gonna get that soft touch material here. So it's again, Toyota's getting very good at not putting just heavy hard plastics on everything. So you've got all automatic windows on the front, your powered locks, power mirrors, and then a lockout button in the back to make sure the jerks in the back don't mess with your windows. And of course, in the 2020, we do have power seats now, which is a nice option. So you've got your lumbar support right there, the back, and then the bottom side of it, you can really adjust how this thing goes all the way through. Nice option that Toyota's brought forward to us. On the front here, you're gonna have a few more options. You've got your power outlet for the back, automatic high beam. So all you need to do is take this little guy right here, move that forward, press this button right here, and you never need to touch your headlights again. It just automatically adjusts them with that camera up top. Of course, interior lights, and then this is a nice feature. This is your off-road camera. Gives you a full 360 of the vehicle, and then when you're in tight spots you can see your front tires really clearly. It's an awesome option. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Of course, traction control, pretty self-explanatory. We'll jump into this guy and run through a couple more of the options. So right off the bat, you'll notice they've really appointed these things well. The TRD Sport upgrade, lots of features, lots of things to make these things super comfortable, super awesome to drive. And again, they just keep getting better. And this is 20 is, I think, the apex of this generation. Awesome vehicle, sunroof, the whole entire works. We'll start off with the steering wheel. On the steering wheel on this side, you're going to have all your Bluetooth phone settings plus your music and the whole entire works. I can turn mute with that button right there. Just hold it down. I can use voice command from there. I can pick up my phones from here. And then, of course, my volume controls from that side right there. This side is going to run the center console right there. Gives me my full control of all that stuff there. So I'll run through that when I turn the car on, show you what that looks like. Your radar adaptive cruise control, I can set how far I want to sit in front of cars. And then, of course, my lane departure button right there, I can turn it on or off. Cruise control is tucked in the back. Awesome vehicle. On this side here, you're going to have your glove box. Inside, you're going to have 2 USB chargers down at the bottom. And, of course, your little thoroughfare there for your cords so you can get it out. You've got your cup holder, not quite an LG size, but definitely a large water bottle in there. And then, of course, your square water bottle for those people that have square water bottles. Your e-brake sitting right there, as opposed to the old Tacomas that used to sit right here. This is a really nice space to have it. And then down here, you're going to notice you have your sport shifter, so I can shift through gears. If I'm passing somebody going downhill, I have that option. In the front here, you've got your cup holders. Nice thing I like about these guys, this centerpiece comes out so you can stick large coffee mugs and those kinds of things. But if you notice in there, there's nowhere for dirt to go. That is an easy clean out space. It's one solid piece of plastic in there, so there's no little holes anywhere for you to get sticky bits in. You'll notice underneath here with this rubber floor mat here, you've got a Qi wireless charger, so you can just throw your phone in there, turn this guy on there, never had to plug in your car. Just keep it nice and clean without cords. But if you still want to plug her in, you've got this guy right here where that plugs in and hard wires it to your head unit. Gives you the ability just to play right through there. Plus your Apple CarPlay, your Android Auto, and all that stuff is going to be right there. Your back window, so I can open up the back window right there. ECT power is going to be a shift point change. It's going to also give you your gas pedal more response. So if you feel like you've got a little bit more control of your car. Blind spot monitors, this is a nice option. You'll see on the mirrors, there's a little car. I don't know if you can see it on this side, maybe on this side. When I turn the car on, I'll show you what that looks like. But blind spot monitors, if you hear the click, that means it's going to stay like that until you turn it off. Or this one, there is no click. Every time you turn the car off and on, this one will have to be reconnected. Push button start, your 4-wheel drive. So if I flick it to 4-wheel drive right there, and if I want to go to 4-wheel low, I go into neutral, turn it over into 4-wheel low, pops in there. So super easy to use. Climate control settings. This guy has dual climate control. Allows you to set the different temperatures for each passenger. And then, of course, heated seats for this guy. Let me turn the car on and run through the rest of the stuff with it on. So start off with the center console here. It's going to give me a little bit of a startup sequence. So first off, you're going to have your digital speedometer, which is a nice option, your outside temperature gauge, and you can see it blinking there, letting me know it's probably going to be icy out. Your distance to empty on the side. If I scroll down here, you're going to have a few more options. So fuel economy on that first 8 kilometers, and your trip information right there. You can set set a timer, letting yourself know how long you've been driving, and you can set up rest times, which is kind of a safety feature there. If I scroll over here, you're going to have your compass. On this side, you're going to have your audio. So if I turn your audio on, you can see stations. I can scroll through my presets right from there, which is a nice option. So if I click over one more, you've got your radar cruise control, lane departure, some of the settings right there, tire pressure monitor right there, and this is a nice little option. Where does this go back? This is your pitch and yaw, so you can see how well your pitch and roll. Sorry, no, I'm not a boat, but you can see how you're doing on off-road. So if you're going to do off-road, this is a nice one to have open. And then messages, anything the car's trying to tell you, it's going to keep your information right there. And I think everybody's going to, settings, one more. Pre-collision settings, I can turn that on or off, sensitivity and those kinds of details. Lane departure, same thing, and then I can go into settings and adjust a bunch of different things. I can even do color, I think is in here, pop-up display. Click that. brightness, navigation, all sorts of different deals right there. So really customizable. And if you notice in this one, there's a section up top here where I can actually store those for driver's information, which is a nice spot. I think most people will keep it on that one, but overall, decent. Turn the heat seat off because I'm cooking. Now, this is one of my favorite upgrades that Toyota's done, is they've really made this system super easy to use. So if I hit menu, I can adjust any of these settings. So if I go back into setup and I go into my home screen, oh, not that one, this one right here, home screen, I can adjust how this all looks. So I can start out by changing the layout. So if I want the navigation to be on the other side, I can adjust it that way. If I prefer to have one of these things like weather, let's put weather right there. Get rid of the phone, hit back. And then I can even change the color. So if I would like to go to the dark red, I don't know if I like that one. Go to the white one, pop it up, go back to main menu. I can adjust a bunch of different settings there. Go back into this guy, and you can see now it's switched up. Weather's not available because we haven't set up the Toyota app right now, but again, you can set up Toyota app, have that sitting there. The cell phone one puts your favorite 4 cell phone people on there, and then the rest of everything is just a touch screen away. One of the things, especially with the navigation system, is how much easier it is. If I use the voice command, I can either voice command through, touch the buttons and get through, or use both. I'll use both for this. Find McDonald's.
Showing results for McDonald's. To navigate to this point of entry, starting guidance for a new route.
So once it's going to get the destination set up, you'll see the 3 routes right there. I can pick which one I want. This is the exact same route in our McDonald's. So I'll click the short one. I actually got to click right on the button rather than there. And that's going to set me up to that spot. So I'll hit OK.
Please proceed to the highlighted route, then the route guidance will start.
One of the things that was frustrating with those is when you see the golden arches and you want to get rid of that voice because you're trying to communicate who's going to eat what, you can just hit that button right there and get rid of the voice command on that piece. Or if I like, I can just hit the X over here, hit yes, and now the destination's gone, just purges it right out of there. So really easy to use, gives me phone numbers, all sorts of different things with that particular one. So awesome touch. You'll notice locking glove box here. The orange bag is going to be your key for your wheel lock setup. So we've thrown that in there as well. A couple other things, you're going to have your block heater cable and all sorts of stuff in there. But overall, awesome vehicle. I almost forgot one thing. I think the most important thing in the off-road is the new camera. So the new camera system, let me get close to this guy so you can see really tight around the vehicle. So if you're off-roading, you can see tight. Plus I can change the way this thing looks, so I can see a wide angle, go back to that. And then if I go into drive, I got it set up at auto. I'm gonna flip it over to this one here. Oh, I'm gonna go this guy. There we go. That's the one. So now I've got an off-road light, so you can actually see your tires in there. Let me turn them so you can see your tires moving. So if you're trying to rock crawl or whatnot, you've got that all sitting there. So as I'm driving, that's gonna be the setup. Go back to reverse, and you can see where you're going, which is awesome. And then back into drive, and you're right there. So awesome little upgrade in the 2020 off-road. I think that's going to be used quite a bit, along with that the compass and the whole entire works. Awesome touch. Up here in the off-road, you're going to have your locking rear differential, and then you can really customize how the transmission and the gas pedal and everything works on the 4-wheel drive system. So you've got crawl control mode right there, mud trail, snow. So depending on what I feel like I want to do, I can really adjust or dial this thing in to my off-road needs. Awesome truck. The off-roads in the 2020 are just an amazing rig all the way through, and especially in this trim level. Anyways, come on down, take a peek at it at Cochrane Toyota.